Here are some questions that may be asked in Indian civil services, Indian banking exams, GRE, TOEFL, TGPSC and other competitive examinations regarding the phrasal verbs adhere to and adhere with. The first question, which of the following sentence is correct? Option A, I adhere with the rules and regulations. B, I adhere to the rules and regulations. Which of the following sentence is right? A or B? The second sentence, what does adhere to mean? The options, option A, to follow or obey something. Option B, to stick or attach something. Option C, to support or agree with something. Option D, to oppose or disagree with something. Which option is right? The next question, fill in the blank with the correct phrasal verb. The question is, the company must dash the safety protocols to avoid accidents. The options are A, adhere to, B, adhere with, C, stick to, D, follow with. Which option suits the right? Question number 4. Which of the following sentences is incorrect? Which is not correct? Option A, the teacher asked the students to adhere to the deadline. B, the company will adhere with the new policy. C, the athlete must adhere to the training schedule. D, the government will adhere to the international agreement. Which of them is incorrect? The next question, what is the difference between adhere to and adhere with? Option A, adhere to means to follow or obey, while adhere with means to stick or attach. Option B, adhere to means to stick or attach, while adhere with means to follow or obey. Option C, adhere to means to support or agree, while adhere with means to oppose or disagree. Option D, adhere to and adhere with have the same meaning. And which one is right? So in order to answer all these questions correctly and precisely, we have to understand adhere with and adhere to in a proper manner. Hi all, today we will explore the differences between adhere to and adhere with. These two phrasal verbs may seem similar, but they have distinct meanings. Understanding the differences is crucial for effective communication and avoiding mistakes. By the end of this video, you will know how to use them correctly and improve your language skills. So, let's dive in and learn how to use these phrasal verbs in different contexts with suitable examples. Not only that, we will be able to answer any questions related to these phrasal verbs. But don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss any future content. Let's get started. First, let's try to understand the word adhere as a different parts of speech. The first, adhere as a verb. As a verb, adhere means to stick or attach something to something else, to follow or obey a rule, standard or principle. For example, the glue will adhere the paper to the wall, which means the glue will stick the paper to the wall, which means it is sticking. The second one, the company must adhere to the industry standards, which means the company should follow the industry standards. So adhere as a verb mean stick, attach, follow or obey. But whereas adhere as a noun means a substance that causes something to stick or attach to something else. For example, the adhere on the bandage helped it to stick the wound, which means the substance that is attached to the bandage helped it. The second one, the company developed a new adhere for their products. Here, adhere means adhesive, glue, sticky substance. And adhere can also be used as an adjective. But actually, it's not typically used as an adjective. However, some related words like adherent, adhesive can be used as an adjectives. For example, the adherent material stuck to the surface. So here adherent is used as an adjective. The next sentence, the adhesive properties of the glue made it stick well. So here adhesive is used as an adjective. Let us see adhere as an adverb. Adhere is not typically used as an adverb. However, some related words like adherently can be used as an adverb. For example, the company adherently follows the industry standards. Here, adherently is an adverb. And there are some related words like adherent, which means a person or a thing that sticks or attaches to something else. The next one, adhesiveness, the quality of being sticky or adhesive. The next one, adhesion, the act of state or sticking or attaching to something else. So this is all about the word adhere. But what about adhere to and adhere with? Now let's explore the detailed explanation of these two phrasal verbs. Adhere to means to follow or obey something like a rule, standard, principle or a plan. For example, the company must adhere to the industry standards. Next one, she adheres to a strict diet and exercise plan. Here, adhere to means or synonymous to follow, obey, conform to, comply with. Adhere to is used to indicate that someone or something is following a set of rules, guidelines or principles. Whereas adhere with is not a commonly used or accepted phrase in English grammar. However, if used, it might mean to align or match something with something else. For example, but these sentences are not recommended. The company's values adhere with principles of sustainability. So instead of using align with or match with, we have used adhere with. Her ideas adhere with the team's goals. It has to be her ideas align with or her ideas match with. Instead of these two phrases, we have used adhere with. The synonyms for adhere with are align with, match with, coincide with, kind of thing. So in summary, we can understand that adhere to means to follow or obey something, whereas adhere with is not a recommended phrase, but if at all it is used, it might mean to align or match something with something else. However, it's better to use align with or match with instead of adhere with. So remember, adhere to is the more widely accepted and grammatically correct phrase. If you are unsure, stick with adhere to. Now let's get the initial questions and try to understand the detailed explanations for each question and answer. The first one, which of the following sentence is correct? Option A, I adhere with the rules and regulations. B, I adhere to the rules and regulations. Which is the right one? The right answer is option B, I adhere to the rules and regulations. So here, adhere to is a correct phrasal verb to use when indicating that someone or something is following or obeying a set of rules, guidelines, or principles. Adhere with is not a commonly accepted phrase in English language. Second question, what does adhere to mean? Option A, to follow or obey something. B, to stick or attach something. C, to support or agree with something. D, to oppose or disagree with something. The right answer is option A, to follow or obey something. Adhere to means to follow or obey something such as a rule, standard, principle, or plan. It indicates a sense of obligation or requirement. Third question, fill in the blank with the correct phrasal verb. The company must dash the safety protocols to avoid accidents. The options, adhere to, B, adhere with, C, stick to, D, follow with. Which is the right answer? Obviously, option A is right, adhere to. The correct answer is adhere to because it indicates that the company must follow or obey the safety protocols to avoid accidents. Question number 4. Which of the following sentences is incorrect? Which is not correct? Option A. The teacher asked the students to adhere to the deadline. B. The company will adhere with the new policy. C. The athlete must adhere to the training schedule. D. The government will adhere to the international agreement. Which of them is incorrect? Obviously, the answer is B. The company will adhere with the new policy. Because the sentence the company will adhere with the new policy is incorrect because adhere with is not a commonly accepted phrase in English grammar. Instead, the correct phrase would be align with or match with, which means the company will align with the new policy is right, or else the company will match with the new policy is also right. Next question, what is the difference between adhere to and adhere with? Option A. Adhere to means to follow or obey, while adhere with means to stick or attach. B. Adhere to means to stick or attach, while adhere with means to follow or obey. C. Adhere to means to support or agree, while adhere with means to oppose or disagree. D. Adhere to and adhere with have the same meaning. Which is the right one? Option A is right. Adhere to means to follow or obey, while adhere with is incorrect in this context. Because adhere to means to follow or obey something, while adhere with is not a commonly accepted phrase in English grammar. If at all, if it is used, it might mean to align with or match something with something else. But it's better to use align with or match with instead of adhere with. Now, let's try to locate the uses of adhere to and adhere with in the upcoming story. As a new employee at the marketing firm, Emily was expected to adhere to the company's social media policy. This meant following specific guidelines for posting content online and ensuring that all posts aligned with the company's brand values. The policy was in place to maintain a consistent tone and message across all social media platforms. However, when working on a team project, Emily's colleague Jack suggested that they adhere with the latest industry trends, even if it meant deviating slightly from the company's policy. He argued that it would help them reach a wider audience and stay ahead of the competition. Emily was hesitant, knowing that they needed to adhere to the established guidelines to avoid any potential backlash. I understand where you are coming from, Jack, Emily said, but we need to adhere to the policy. It's in place for a reason. But think about how much more engagement we could get if we adhere with the latest trends, Jack encountered. I understand your point, but let's find ways to align our content with the trends while still adhering to the policy, Emily suggested. In the end, they found a compromise that allowed them to create content that was both on trend and aligned with the company's values. Emily was relieved that they had found a solution that allowed them to adhere to the policy while still being creative and innovative. So, in this story, adhere to is used to indicate following the company's social media policy, whereas adhere with is used incorrectly, but could potentially mean aligning or matching with the latest industry trends. So, the alternative phrases like align with or match with are used instead of using the adhere with to convey the intended meaning. So, remember that adhere with is not a commonly accepted phrase in English grammar, and it's better to use alternative phrases like align with or match with instead. That's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, and do not forget to like and subscribe for more linguistic tips and tricks. Until next time, keep on adding to your knowledge and language proficiency. Thank you very much.